Well, hello once again, my delightful dumplings, and thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday for another episode of Aero Nicely News. It's February 3rd, 2023. That's 2-3 of the year 2-3. My name is Lenny Hernandez, and we have a wonderful show in store for you today. On today's episode, we're looking back at the Aero Senior Living Growth Summit, which took place last week in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. We're going to go over what events took place, what vendors attended, the progress that was made, as well as chatting with a couple of our esteemed Aero executive directors to learn more about their experiences and the fun that they had. So, without further ado, welcome to Aero Nicely News. The Aero Growth Summit was an incredible opportunity for Aero employees from across the country to come together and collaborate in the same place. No more relying on computer screens and Zoom. Well, no offense, computers. But employees were able to meet face-to-face and work hands-on with one another. The meat of the summit happened on Wednesday, January 25th, and Thursday, the 26th, and they covered such topics as the March to 3000, Aero's first quarter sales initiative, panel discussions with breakout groups to dig in on areas of focus, which provided a fantastic chance for our leaders to collaborate face-to-face with peers on both their successes and challenges. Vendor presentations featuring our esteemed partners like Welcome Home, Fox Rehab, A Place for Mom, and Empower Me. There was also the Hackathon, an opportunity for Aero employees to form teams and come up with innovative solutions to challenges faced by Aero and its communities. The winning team consisted of Amber Moore, Stephanie Hood, Matt Myers, and Alyssa Bruns. They introduced a new scheduling app idea which is already in production. Holy moly, so congratulations to you all, and congratulations to all of the individuals who competed. There was also a thrilling beach ball tournament where teams from different communities went head-to-head. The Wildwood Warriors came out on top though in this tournament, followed closely by the Westlake Wallabies. So way to go, get those dubs. And finally, the awards dinner, which, in addition to serving up an amazing meal, also introduced the Enamel Pin program. Communities that earned accolades such as Great Place to Work or the U.S. News Best Of, among others, earned enamel pins that executive directors can wear to proudly display their accomplishments. So, as you can see, it was a jam-packed, thrilling couple of days. Well, to learn even more about the summit, I sat down with Greg Schindler, the executive director of VITALIA Westlake. Greg participated in the Occupancy and Interventions panel, and he led the Westlake Wallabies team to second place in beach ball.
This retreat, Aero's Growth Summit, it was the first time you went.
It was, yeah. So I was actually hired right after the retreat last year. So this is my first time to really be able to meet a lot of the executive directors, the regional, and the leadership team from Aero in person. So it was amazing being able to connect on them on a different level. You know, Zooms are great, but the ability to really engage and build those relationships in person was really one of the biggest takeaways that I had from the Growth Summit. It was just, it was a pleasure getting to meet everybody and kind of feel that level of connectiveness. Some of the retreats or conferences I've gone to in the past can get dull, can get boring, but no, this Growth Summit from beginning to end, I just felt super engaged. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of a panel, fortunate enough for our volleyball team to make it to the championship, and then fortunate enough to get recognized for our community's success in the compliance bingo leading up to the Growth Summit. So it was a busy retreat, but it was an amazing experience altogether. Our volleyball teams were kind of grouped together with a little bit of everybody, so really got to engage and have some fun with EDs and leadership individuals from all throughout our Aero family. So it was very fun. It was fun. We unfortunately lost to Dan and Team Wildwood, but we're going to be coming forward
No, Wildwood.
It was a great championship game, but unfortunately they got us this year, but it's going to be our motivation for next year.
And you're going to get them.
I also sat down with Sophie Rich, the executive director of Carriage Court Senior Living. She was a participant in the Necessary Things panel, and according to Shannon Novak, is just a precious angel. Let's find out more.
It was great. I mean, my community is in an area we don't have a lot of. We have sister communities, but we just have one nearby. So I don't get to interact with a lot of people face to face. I interact with people over Zoom all the time. So it was awesome just to get to know people and talk to them in person.
And you were a part of a panel. Is that correct?
I was.
What panel was that? And how did that go?
It was the panel about necessary conversations and sorry works, and how owning it and apologizing, it really works in almost every situation that you're in. And nobody's perfect. And so I sat on a panel. I was so flattered to sit on a panel with Sarah Klebold and Elizabeth Thompson, and just a bunch of people that I felt, wow, why do I get to sit next to you on this panel? It was really cool.
What are you looking forward to bringing to your community that you learned there?
Well, obviously I sat on the panel with Sorry Works because I've been practicing that pretty much since I've been sitting in this seat, but it was nice to hear other people talk through it. There was another great panel talking about payroll and employee satisfaction. And that is probably the panel that I got the most out of and was most engaged with, I felt. So that's really important to me, bringing that back. And then you may or may not heard about our March to 3,000 goal, hitting 3,000 occupied apartments throughout Aero. So everything that was pretty much what the whole summit was focused on. So I'm excited to bring all of that back here.
Sweet. Sophie, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us here on Nicely News. And congratulations on the seat on the bus.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
So thank you so much to Greg and Sophie for sharing your experiences with us. Aero is proud to call you all a part of our team, and we're all excited to see exactly how you all help lead the company to new and exciting heights. Ooh, before we go though, I want to give a special shout out to everyone who pulled this experience together. There are too many of you to name, but just know that we see you and we appreciate you. And that will do it for our coverage of the Aero Growth Summit 2023. It was a rewarding, productive, and incredibly fun experience, and we can't wait for next year to do it all again. It'll be here faster than you think. With that, for Aero Nicely News, I'm Lenny Hernandez. Have a wonderful weekend, an even better week, and we'll see you all next Friday. One day, I'm going to have doves, and I'm just going to let them free here in my studio. You know what? Never mind. That sounds like a bad idea.